Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 10, Week 7, Day 7. So of course today, with it being the end of the week, we're going to be going over all of the weekly spoilers. The most noteworthy one, of course, is we will be streaming in exactly 6 hours and 59 minutes from now, basically 7 hours, exactly at reset time, because it is the first time we're going to be having the Legends Reborn event. And everything that will end up be bringing. Anyways, we do have some other things going on as well. So let's start from the top and go with the weekly post here. So seemingly it looks like we have raids going on during the same time, which is interesting. But yeah, we have our raids here. We're going to be getting this raid troop, which actually isn't that bad. It deals some damage to an enemy, and obviously the same normal amount that you would do to a boss, 3 to 5 times. And it gets to explode 3 gems, which is basically the not bad part about it. It's a dragon construct, so you're most likely going to be giving a 50% mana star off a construct off the new hero class, so we'll have some synergy there. Obviously it has the standard extra damage to the bosses, however it also has 50% score reduction, so you can end up using the tank a little bit. Overall, not too bad of a raid troop, not the best out there, but definitely far from the worst. Anyways, as far as the glory troop that we're going to be getting, it is a brown purple 11 mana cost, ultra rare. Ends up gaining a bunch of life, boosted by gargoyle gems at a boost ratio that is not set here, like per usual. The actual boost ratio is 8. Oh wow, that's a big boost ratio. So for every single gargoyle, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But for every single gargoyle gem on the board, it will gain 8 additional life. And then it pulls the first enemy to the front. Overall, unfortunately, that's not going to be too good. If you really wanted to pull something to the front, you're just going to use rope dart or like most anything else. He doesn't have any mana accumulation follow-up, so unfortunately he's basically just gaining some HP and moving something to the front, which is pretty bad value for a turn. So overall, yeah, just not worth using, and is going to be useless. Something that won't be useless, however, though not the better one, we are actually getting a better weapon for Construct Hero class, a little bit, or you know, the for the Geomancer. However, this will help it some. But the one that will be really good is the Explodey Construct weapon, but this ends up dealing some damage to an enemy. It's boosted by Hellcrag. It's basically standard kind of double mana accumulation weapon. Ends up creating red and brown. Unfortunately, neither of these two colors feed into it, unlike the construct one, so probably not going to get much usage. This was not the weapon I was referring to a little while back when I was saying the really good one that will help out constructs. That I believe is coming through an evasion event, whenever that one's coming around. I'm not sure when the evasion event's coming around, but when it does, I believe we're getting it through that event. And that's when we're actually going to be getting the one that's useful. This one's basically just weaker Stone Slicer, essentially, because almost all of Hellcrag is construct anyways, and Stone Slicer feeds back into itself. And unfortunately, Stone Slicer hasn't been available yet, or you know, to be able to get it again since the hero class has come out. But I definitely need to make sure to mention it whenever it is in Soulforge, as it's a pretty solid weapon to have for the hero class. But yeah, it's okay. It's nothing too special, but compared to Stone Slicer, it's way inferior. But until then, you can at least use it. Plus, there's some color synergies that you can kind of end up doing. Also, this might actually be good with the Mythic that's coming out this Friday. And the main reason I say that is it's specifically boost ratioed off of Hellcrag, and the trooper getting this Friday is not a construct. It is a Hellcrag troop, but it's not a construct. So you might be able to get value out of using this weapon with it. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Anyways, so that's that. Oh yeah, what perks does it get? Does it get anything good? Let me double check, because of course it doesn't list out the perks here either. That is collect troops. I did. Whoops. Whoops. What perks do you get? It gets inflict a random status effect to the first enemy. Deal 5 damage to the first enemy. Drain 3 mana for the first enemy. Okay, that one's not bad. And then gain 2 attack. It's not that good. It didn't make it much better. That's for sure. Hey, where's that one good one? Isn't it this one right here? Where is it? Where's that? There it is. Oh gosh, we're getting that a while down. Oh no, that's not even the right one. Where's the... Gosh, where's it buried to? I think it's this one. Oh, we're not getting this for a while. It doesn't even have an official date. But yeah, it explodes magic +1 brown gems and grants a status effect to all constructs. This is going to make the hero class really, really good, as this will basically be the go-to mana accumulation weapon that you'll end up using with it. Also ends up doing... didn't it have one thing that was good? No, never mind. I thought I had one perk that was also good. But no, you're mostly going to be using it for the stats effects on all constructs, which if you're using a pure construct team would gain a lot of value out of it. But yeah, it's an okay explodey weapon, mostly just used for construct. But yeah, it doesn't have an official date. That's interesting. Doesn't have a date as far as when it's going to be coming out. Whereas all these weapons over here already have dates for their upcoming releases. Anyways, so other things that we have going on, as we should be able to see here, the start of Legends Reborn. So Legends Reborn takes place from August 1st to August 14th. You may notice something with those dates. It is a 2-week-long period. Legends Reborn is the first event we've pretty much ever had in modern times in Gems of War that is 2 weeks long instead of 1 week long, or multiple weeks long. There used to be 2 weeks events back in the day. They were like bi-weekly. You know how we normally have like weekly resets? There used to be like bi-weekly resets. Now it's just weekly, obviously. However, since then, this is basically the first 2-week-long event since then. So it's been like 6-7 years, so quite some time. But yeah, Legends Reborn. Yeah, as far as all the details, I believe we get to replay some kingdoms, the storyline through it. We get to do it at like a harder difficulty. We get a bunch of different rewards. Not sure exactly how much different it is, but we'll find out tomorrow morning when we stream it live. But yeah, we'll be doing that as soon as it comes out and figure out what's up with that, because I don't really know. Obviously, we have raids, as I just went over. Faction on Tuesdays, of course, for the... Oh yeah, we don't have a faction for the place yet, do we? Oh, never mind. So yeah, we're actually getting faction for Depths of Sin, since we're getting the faction this Friday. So we don't actually have the faction yet. Wednesday, we're going to be getting the pet for Stone Thing, which should be a new one for Hellcrag. It ends up giving just an Earth bonus, but it's a Hellcrag pet. So you might want to get it slightly upgraded if you so choose, as there aren't too many Hellcrag pets currently available. That is one you'll be able to just get and drop table later on. Thursday, we have our Selfie class event, obviously for the class that we already have, Geomancer. Actually, that'd be a great time for us to finally go cover that video. I keep not covering. And Friday, we have a faction. We're also getting a new Mythic on that day. So we're getting 5 new troops on this Friday. Many of which we've already gone over, though I might as well go over them now, as that is normally what these streams are for. So 5 things this Friday. Let me go start bringing them up one by one. Copy link address. Put that in there. Let's see. Is that the right one? Should be. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to get rid of. No! Now I gotta retype TJTimebomb. Oh, so hello everyone, by the way. I'll say all the hellos in a second. I just want to go through all the thingies. For anyone watching after the fact who wants to get all the infos. Anyways. So let me go back to this. Let me go get each of these one by one. And we'll go over all 5 troops coming out this Friday, as it's when bulk of stuff is coming out this week. Also, I really love the troop art for this thing. Last I recall, it's not actually going to be viable, though, as is all good troop art. This is the last one for the faction. And then the one underneath it is the Mythic. It's also coming out this Friday. On the billion other things. Honestly, we're just getting like everything on Friday. Like Monday and Fridays, everything happens some weeks, and next week is definitely one of those weeks where Monday and Friday has everything going on. Anyways, let's start from the top. So here's the epic that you end up getting from the new faction. All these coming out on Friday, the 5 that we're going over here. So this ends up jumbling the board, and then creates 2 stone blocks and destroys gosh, I read that so weird. Why does it look like a period, not a comma? It jumbles the board, then creates 2 stone blocks and 4 gargoyle gems. Overall, this is going to be pretty bad because it does not have auto extra turn. Generally, anything that jumbles the board and doesn't have auto extra turn is basically useless, and this is no different. Next, we have the Dark Golem. It ends up exploding a gem and then grants a random gem for each skull destroyed. Or sorry, explodes a random gem for each skull destroyed. So overall, not that good. He's basically just an inferior mana accumulator. I guess the only thing kind of going for him is that he does have like some construct synergy here and there. But you'd use any of the other 12 mana cost mana accumulators, or even lower mana cost mana accumulators that do his job way better. So there's pretty much no point in ever using that golem. Next we have, let's do the legend last. Next we have the ultra rare. This ends up being a 12 mana cost to deal magic plus 3 splash damage to an enemy, and it's 50% to adjacents, and then creates 1 to 2 gargoyle gems. So unfortunately, not that much to really do anything with. No extra turn. It does have like score reduction and spell reduction, but so does the hero. So overall, another one that you're probably never going to use. And next we have the legend, which is a construct dragon, meaning you 50% off of either of them, though likely we'll do it off a construct. It is a 16 mana cost brown purple, and it ends up dealing magic plus 1 damage to all enemies, as you would expect from a dragon, and it's boosted based on our gargoyle gems and stone blocks at a 3x boost ratio. This one will, I guess, occasionally be used. One of the main benefits of this is, oddly enough, factions. There's a lot of stone blocks initially in every single battle in factions. So you could potentially be getting like an extra like 30-ish damage. Well, it depends. I wonder how many stone blocks are in his actual faction setup. This might actually be one of the only factions where that actually matters. Because every single layout, for any of you that don't know, actually has a different stone block pattern for the battles. And if there's a lot of stone block in this one, he might actually be really, really good in the context of his own faction. This is one of the weird ones where his viability actually depends on the number of stone blocks and where they're positioned, but more so the number in this guy's instance. How many stone blocks are actually going to be in the faction for his faction. So that we won't really know until Friday. Anyways, as far as his final trait, ends up having 30% chance to create an evil gargoyle gem when his turn begins. So it's kind of like the other one that passively creates skulls, except it passively creates gargoyle gems. Overall, the percent chance to do so is a little bit too low. Wish they would have made it a little bit higher. And compared to something like creating them on X turns, like the Zenith, it's basically inferior compared to that. So very rarely are you ever going to be using it, but if nothing else, it'll run the faction down pretty well. And then we have the Mythic. So this Mythic's kind of interesting. It brings back a mechanic that already exists, but became, like, outdated. And that is Scion. Scion Famine used to be, like, the meta before Mana Drain existed, because there's no counter to it. Scion Mana Drains on Skull while also draining all enemies. And then Famine drained all enemies while also doing damage based on how much you did. And this is kind of, like, them trying to make that good again. So, obviously, immune to silence. I mean, immune to Mana Drain still exists, obviously. However, it isn't ran as much these days compared to other immunities. But it's a Daemon Knight, which unfortunately is not a construct. This is from Hellcrag, obviously, but it is not a construct. It is 22 mana cost, red, green, brown, so nice that's not 24 or higher. And it ends up dealing magic plus 4 damage to all enemies, and then drains 4 mana from all enemies boosted by Gargoyle Gems. So for every additional Gargoyle Gem, he will end up draining 3 more mana from all enemies, which means potentially he can full mana drain an entire team while also doing damage to all enemies, which is interesting to see how that pans out. One other interesting thing about this is, despite the damage being dodged, if I'm not mistaken, full AoE stats effects like that do not get dodged by Submerge. So even if the entire enemy team was submerged, they would dodge the damage, but they would not dodge the mana drain, last I recall, as that actually gets calculated independently in a way that they cannot end up dodging it. So definitely has a little bit of potential. Obviously, we'll need some amount of Gargoyle Gems on the board. One nice thing about it is that it boost ratio is based on both good and bad Gargoyle Gem. One other thing that's actually insane is his final trait, and this is actually what I was referring to earlier, which is why that Dragon's probably going to be bad. It's just because this Mythic is going to be way better for it. Ends up creating a good Gargoyle Gem when matching 4 more gems, meaning every single time you extra turn, you're going to be getting a good Gargoyle Gem onto the board. Obviously, that means you can't get the bad ones. However, that's going to be kind of nice. You can get Barrier for your team, Enchant, Submerge, Bless. A lot of very useful stats effects. He also ends up having 25% Skull Reflect, which you can actually utilize with the barriers. So Skull Reflect actually works even if they hit on barrier. So you'll take 0 damage, but you'll still reflect how much damage they would have done. So if they did 100, like if you have barrier and they do 100 damage to you, you'll take 0, but they'll still take the 25% reflect for 25 damage in that situation back to them. So yeah, it has some synergy there. He also has that little bit of an annoying, like, resummon thing. It doesn't summon himself, but it summons that one Stone Myrit, which ends up creating a single Gargoyle Gem and poisoning the enemy, which overall is pretty bad, but, you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. Would have been better if he had, like, some score reduction there, or something similar. But anyways, yeah, it's not bad. It's basically the Mana Drain meta, or the old Mana Drain meta, just trying to be brought back again. It definitely has potential. Oddly enough, it might be used more for its final trait than its actual ability, even though its ability is among one of the better mana drain options in the entire game. It's basically like AoE Famine, except he does not boost ratio his damage based on how much mana he drains. He only boost ratios his mana drain based on how many Gargoyle Gems are on the board, whereas his damage is going to be static. It's not going to be increasing based on that, but still has a lot of potential. Be interesting to see exactly how he pans out. I don't think he's going to be game breaking, but he's definitely going to find his way into some teams, especially to counter some teams. Like if you're up against a team that has no mana drain and like no counter to it, it's going to be pretty strong. Anyways, I believe that's pretty much everything. And we'll be going over everything with Legends Reborn when it actually happens. Anyways, let's go farm some gnomes while we still can. We still got 6 hours, 45 minutes. And obviously we're not farming that whole time though. Anyways, hello everyone. Let me start from the top. Hello Draco. Hello Isabel. Hello Ricardo. Hello Tony. Hello Tyrion. Hello Big Country. Hello, Draco. Hello, Brimming. What do I think are the top 10? Wait, sorry, what was your question? Have you ever ranked the legendary troops? Yes, I actually have in a video before. Well, I don't think I, like, ranked them. I think I went through every single one and said, like, if they were good or bad. I don't think I specifically ranked them. The only troop type I think we specifically made an entire list for was Mythics. I have gone through about a year ago. Yeah, I think it was like a year, 2 years ago. I think it was a year, where we ended up going through every single troop rare. Yeah, it was a year ago because I did it around the time I think when I went on see my family, which was August, which was literally a year ago, actually. But yeah, 1 year prior to now, we did like a small little video series where we went over every single troop in the game because we did it for the 1,000th troop anniversary. Actually, Tyrion just brought that up. But yeah, we did a 1,000th troop anniversary when we went over every single one of the 1,000 troops by rarity. That wasn't necessarily like a tier list for each one. It was mostly just me going like in order of every single one alphabetically per rarity and just kind of saying like what it's useful for in like a very brief several seconds because otherwise it would take forever if we spent too long on each one, given that there's 1,000 troops. Actually, now there's even more. Gosh, how many are there now? So 1 year ago today, or in a couple days, whatever it was, but it was sometime in August. But yeah, we had like 1,000 troops. Now we're at 1,140. Wait, you mean we've only gotten 140 troops in the last year or so? I thought we would have been a little bit higher than that. But I guess that kind of makes sense. Also, we're about to get a bunch more next week. We're probably getting like, because we're getting 5, but aren't we also getting some stuff from Legends Reborn? I can't remember. Or at least getting 5 on Friday, if nothing else. But anyways. Also, how am I missing 2? Wait, what troops am I missing? Wait. Hold up. Oh yeah, I'm missing Zenith and I'm missing Tower. Zenith comes out in a couple weeks. Well, technically you can have it now. And Tower also around the same time. But you can also have it now, though we're not going to pay for it. You can either pay a bunch of gems or money. But we're not doing either. Also, hello NASA. Hello Isabel. Hello Bill Warhammer. Hello Ricardo. Hello, Andrew. Hello, hello, Jose. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Anthony. Let's see. Is the faction going to be a deep delve too? No, I think. I'm pretty sure no. This is actually the first time this has actually ever happened, where New Kingdom comes out instead of a deep delve, since we've had the deep delve mechanic. But I would assume the first instance that a faction comes out, it'll still be just the standard 4 with no deep delve. And then whenever it comes back again, it'll be deep delve. But I am pretty sure, though I'm not certain, but I am pretty certain that the new faction we're getting this Friday will not have deep delve accessibility. It'll simply just be a standard delve release with 4 troops and, you know, all that good stuff. Everything that a faction normally releases with. Though I am pretty sure it does not come with deep delve, though I cannot confirm such a thing. But I'm pretty sure it does not. We'll find out on Friday. But I'm pretty sure it does not come with deep delve. Hello Jamie, hello David. So you're new to the game. Is there any point to saving vault keys? No, you pretty much use them immediately. The only 2 instances you would kind of save vault keys is 1, during a vault event. Because it's so valuable to just farm the vault event, you normally want to use the vault keys after the fact. The other reason why you might hoard a billion vault keys like we currently have is mostly due to speculation on if they will ever add something else to the drop table. The only thing they currently really add to the drop table are more tarot cards over time. And if you're playing 100% free to play and you already have a lot of tarot cards, sometimes you wait until you're missing more so that your chance of finding a new tarot card is higher. So let's say, for example, you're only missing like 2 tarot cards. If you waited until you were missing like 6 tarot cards, you would have a higher chance of finding a tarot card you don't already have. So in that kind of situation, you could save it to be able to get a higher chance of getting a tarot card. Because it doesn't retroactively give you drops that you don't have. It'll just pick from the entire drop table. So you generally want to wait a little while once you have most of them to make sure you have less of them, so you can get more of them, if that makes any sense. Because you would statistically have a higher chance of landing on one that you don't have if there was more things you didn't have in the drop table, which is like a weird situation because you kind of want to get all of them, but you also have a higher chance of getting more ones you don't have if you wait until more time goes by. I don't know, but more often than not, if you're just starting out, just use your vault keys immediately. It's just short of that. If you're a newer player, just immediately throw down your vault key. Ideally on hard mode if you could take it, otherwise just do it on normal. Definitely don't do it lower than normal though. Let's see. Any other questions? Did I catch up to chat? I think I did. If I missed anything else, let me know. Also, good, we took that pet because we only have 2 minutes left. Oh yeah, I forgot to claim my rewards from earlier. I actually did do our 10 crowns already when I was farming for a very short duration off stream. And when I say short, I mean very short. But it was enough to get the 10 crowns, so we got that out of it. I wasn't actually doing any paloozas. I was just doing the normal grinds. Well, that's where we got the crowns from, which is also why we got the crowns. Because if we were doing the other thing, we wouldn't have been able to get any crowns. Oh, we got that earlier. Let me just go upgrade these little things. Make sure everything's good to go in here. Actually, I think we got an orb over here too. Nah, not quite. Not quite. Let me just click on upgradable. I don't want to upgrade that one yet. I do want to upgrade this one though. There we go. And what's this one for? Isn't this contract bonus? Oh no, I'm actually out of red food. What happened to all my red food? Whatever shall I do with only over 9,000 whites? Oh no, I have actually ran out of red food. I didn't realize you could still run out of them in the current state of the game. Ah, maybe I should have taken that pet. I'm pretty sure he dropped red food. Come back, I need you for red food. It's fine though. He has 0 minutes left. Anyways, so, okay, let's go do some paloozas. Let me go bring up the timer. We get the palooza timer rolling. And let's go get some farming done. 1 second. It's not wanting to load. I think I just loaded 2 instances of it. I did. Fail. Let me try to kill out the second one. There we go. I think we got it working. Yep, we got a timer working. Okay, anyways, let's go do a palooza. Oh yeah, let me make sure my team's set up and everything. So we'll do it in, well, I guess it doesn't really matter where we do it if we're doing palooza. Make sure we're on the correct team. Of course, I was using a single one earlier. Let's see, are you streaming at reset? Yes, we're still streaming at reset, which is in 6.5 hours from now. But yeah, we're still doing a stream at reset. And we're going to be doing the new Legends Reborn event. Yeah, we'll be doing that very soon. Or as soon as we can, anyways. Okay, let me go throw down the timer. And let's get farming. And hopefully we'll get some good loot. A little bit low on keys, but it's also because we haven't been running as many paloozas. The biggest issue is I ran through so many paloozas last vault weekend. Not this one, but the one before this one. That we've kind of used up almost all of our paloozas that we had stacked. And I always like to make sure we keep at least a reserve of 10. Oh, hello, Jay. Welcome, welcome. Hey, wasn't it someone's birthday today? Who ended up saying it was their birthday? Actually, I think someone was saying it was someone else's birthday. Like, not theirs, but their father or something. Can't remember who it was. If anyone still needs the happy birthday, let me know. Let's see. Please correct your found 10 statement. Which one? It's only possible to find 9. Oh, yeah, sorry. I did not find 10. I meant 9. Did I accidentally say 10? I'm used to the game not being bugged. Though I should just always assume there is a bug somewhere. But that's 9 out of 10. Which is why it says 2 out of 5. Because there's been 3 days in a row where you can only get 9. Yeah, I know you're referring to the crowns. Oh, it's your dad's birthday? There it is, Nightmare. Yeah, it was your dad's birthday. It's Rowlet's birthday. Is it really? Is this when that one game came out? I'm pretty sure it came out in like November-ish. I never really paid much attention to that generation. Gems of War bugged? How could that happen? Since when? I've never seen such a thing. But hopefully they'll fix that on Monday. We'll find out in tomorrow morning stream. I'm pretty sure they won't fix it by then. If I had to guess, it's going to go till like Wednesday of next week before they finally fix it. Maybe even Friday of next week. Maybe even like the end of next week. They might just go all next week and not even fix it. Oh, a Volky. Oh, and a pet. I can't remember if I need more copies of that pet. Though I won't know until like 13 minutes from now. So I do need to remember to go check. But how have you guys been doing on the vault grind this weekend? I definitely hit it a little bit less overall. But still pretty insane compared to what it used to be. Like prior to... I still can't believe Palooza have only existed for about a year. Like before Palooza existed about a year ago, like if we got a dozen Volkies on a weekend, we consider that like an extremely good weekend. If we got 20, that'd be like absurdly high. And if someone did 30 or 40, they basically farmed it like every second of the entire weekend. And now you can do that within like an hour. And now you can do more than that in like one single Palooza. It's pretty insane. But it's only been a year. I can only imagine like how much newer players can actually catch up. Like if a newer player started like around the exact time that Palooza came out about a year ago, Like, they could have gotten what was previously like 5 years of progress in a single year. It's pretty insane how much different it is now. Nice, a lot of 500 pluses there. Didn't we hit 1,000 last Vault weekend? Pretty sure we did. I know we ran like 1.5 billion Paloozas. Which is why we have so little this time around. Because I kind of used them all last time. Also didn't really have as much time this weekend to farm. Well, we could do some now. Though I don't want the stream to be too long though, because we do need to rest up for the 3 AM stream as soon as reset hits. I really wish reset time for Gems of War was slightly different time. A little bit annoying that's so deep in the night, but we're still gonna do it. We said we would. You know, we'll probably even do it for the faction this Friday. A lot of really early morning streams lately. It's because a lot of stuff's been coming out recently. Because we're probably going to be doing it tomorrow, or you know, in like 6 hours from now, 6.5, and also on Friday. Tomorrow because of Legends Reborn, and Friday because we get a new faction. Specifically the faction for, what's it called? Actually, I don't know the faction name. I know that's for Hellcrag, obviously. I actually can't remember the faction name now, off the top of my head. But the faction does indeed have a name. I just don't remember what it is. But the Hellcrag faction. Zephyrus Cloud that gives... Oh yeah, that Cloud was available as of version 6.3. It's actually been available for a couple months now. It's just a lot of people haven't gotten it yet. Sandwich Depths? Obsidian Depths. Yeah, that sounds correct. Oh, another epic Volkey. Apparently, a Horde Mimic troop can be found in Explorer 1 while farming. Oh yeah, I saw someone like mentioning that earlier. Where it was like finding its way into the locations where it couldn't be. Oh, you mean the actual troop itself? Oh yeah, that can happen. The chance of getting on Explorer 1 is actually the same chance of getting on Explorer 12, last I recall. The only reason there's so many less reports of it happening on Explorer 1 is because we're realistically going to be getting a lot less chests from Explorer 1, because you're only getting a few shards at a time, whereas when you're doing Explorer 12, you're getting like 80 something at a time, assuming you have the bonus thingy. So you're recycling chests at like 13 times the rate? 13, 14? It's like 14 times more chests. But the actual odds within the chest, to my understanding, are the exact same. Explorer 12 just seems better because you're getting 14 times more of them. But the actual odds are still the same, I am pretty sure. Unless anyone's data mined differently. If anyone does anything else you want me to go over, do let me know. Because versus stream at this point, now that we went over all the spoilers, is mostly just going to be us farming some Vault event to end out the weekend on. And then probably go get a nap. Or probably grab a bite to eat, take a nap, and then we'll stream as soon as reset hits. And do Legends Reborn. Which I'm curious to see exactly what it is. I'm not sure how much content will be in Legends Reborn. How much content there is basically how long the stream will be. If there's not too much to do with it, it'll probably be like an hour stream. Which is quite a bit. It could be like a 2 or 3 hour stream. However long it takes to check it all out. No, every single one of those 6 pets that boost a specific troop, they've actually been available for like 2 or 3 months now. The main reason why you probably haven't seen them is because the chance of finding them off the current pet system is like nearly 0, because it drops between every single pet in the entire game. So the chance that you find specifically one of those 6 is very unlikely. However, all 6 of them have been available for about 2 or 3 weeks now. I mean, months now. My guild, I believe, found the Cloud and one other one prior to it. Even on stream, we ended up activating the Shimmer Scale egg the other day. But yeah, all 6 of them have been available for some time, which is a lot of guilds haven't actually seen them yet. I don't even think my guild has cycled each one yet. Or if they have, they did it while I wasn't on. But, I don't know, we might have by now. But all 6 of them are available. It's just the system for pets is really bad. There's just no way to target pets in that regard. Which is definitely a system they need to tweak into the future. Especially as we keep getting more and more pets. Because the issue, the more pets we get into the game, the more of an issue it becomes. And that was very obvious when they added those other 6, because a lot of people don't even realize they were added into the game. Because the chance of finding them is just so rare. It's something they could easily fix in so many different ways. Either cycling them through Soulforge, or make it so whoever activates a pet will automatically get one that they don't have that's non-cosmetic. And stuff like that. There's multiple things they could do to fix it. They just haven't done anything. They haven't done a single thing. Oh, you're only missing the hounds? Nice. The only one we haven't gotten yet is the parrot as a guild. Oh, I'm still missing half of them. So apparently I missed when we had it. Though luckily most of them are pretty useless. All those 6 new ones, all they do is give a boost to a certain type. Oddly enough, we're going to be getting a couple of those tomorrow. Because one of the mechanics that's actually coming in is these new events will actually be bringing in troop-specific buffs. I don't believe any of them that we're getting are too good. I believe it's Lady or an Ariel, which is okay. Wild Queen, which is pretty underwhelming. Or sorry, not Wild Queen. I mean, Wild Queen's good. I mean, Yasmin's Chosen, which is kind of underwhelming. And one other, like, epic troop that I can't remember its name. Okay, those, I believe, are the 3 we're getting tomorrow. Or maybe it was an ultra rare troop. No, it would have been a legend, I think. I can't remember what legend, though. But yeah, we're getting, like, those 3 pets, I believe, tomorrow. 2 of which I think are money locked. Like, I think one of them's gem locked, one of them's money locked, and the other one you just get through gameplay. Like, the one that boosts the lowest rarity one, like Lady or Nuriel, I think, is the one you get through gameplay. One of them you need to get through gems, which is, I believe, to buff a legend. And the one that buffs a mythic, I believe, is paywalled. Though it's also buffing, like, one of the worst mythics in the game. Well, maybe not the worst, but, like, the amount of benefit it gets will not make it better. So not getting the paid one's not really that big a deal. Also, last I recall, the paid one will be available free-to-play. It'll just be going into the normal rotation. It might take longer for it to do so, given that they're initially, like, charging for it. So I'm not sure exactly how that will work out. But last I recall, based on the forum posts, it will be available even if you don't pay for it. Although I need to double-check confirm that throughout the week. Or maybe they'll post it on the official post as well when Monday hits. I'll need to check the forum during the stream when we do it tomorrow morning. All the pets will be in the drop table as soon as the event finishes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so you don't have to pay the money pet then. That's perfect. Okay, we already know then. Yeah, so don't get the money pet then. Actually, this is probably one of those events where you actually really don't need to spend money on it. We'll see what all the rewards are and then kind of make the determination based on what the price tag is. But there's a good chance I'm not going to. Because unlike some of the other ones, like, you know, the Kingdom Passes where you actually get, like, troops and stuff to show, I believe this one only gives you some pets. And I really don't care about having pets early, because they don't actually do anything. Or, you know, they do something, but, like, it's such a small amount compared to, like, having a new troop to show or a new weapon. Asada Dwight, welcome. What was on the dinner menu tonight? Oh, I ended up just making a sandwich. It has some leftover noodles from the other day. Alfredo noodles. To that imitation crab stuff. I really like imitation crab. Got like addicted to it when I was a kid and still eat it now, every now and then. It's just a great thing to put in salads and in like everything. Like there's almost nothing it doesn't work with. It doesn't have like that fishy taste, which is nice. Like that overly fishy taste that some fish stuff have, because it's not really fish. It's an imitation thing. Also has a much better shelf life. Now, normally it doesn't last that long because they devour it so quickly. You know what? I'm actually going to let this cursed gnome live for once. I don't think we did this a single time this weekend. Let's let him live. The reason we're doing this is we get the full loot if we wait out the timer. Which is a mechanic? Mechanic? I think? Mechanic, glitch, exploit, sure. They're all the same thing these days. If it functions and they haven't fixed it after a year, I just assume it's intended. And there we go, 11 shards. If we would have not waited, we would have only gotten like 1 or 2. Probably 1, because it was a low roll. Right, there we go. So we got 10 more shards than if we didn't wait like 30 seconds. Not one down. Let me go update our numbers. Let's see what we're at again. We're at 107 and 11. 107, 11. Yeah, 7-11. Let's see. 7-Elevens are great. Wobbles are better though. 107, though neither of them exist near me, so I don't have either. There we go. Like our equivalents in this area are called like kangaroos or something. And almost sounds like an Australian thing, but it's called kangaroos. And yeah, they're not that good. They're definitely no Wawa or a 7-Eleven, that's for sure. Oh, good, I do need more of this pet. Okay, let's go take a quick sidetrack. I'm not sure why I'm still running Bronze Like Pistol team here. That is like 4 or 5 years ago meta. I'm pretty sure Writhing Staff didn't even exist at the time. Actually, it may have. Yeah, I'm not sure how they managed to have the crowns glitch again, because this happens the first time as well when we had Nexus event. And the weirdest thing about that is they fixed it pretty quickly, like I think within a day. However, how did it have an issue again? Like if they fixed it, like what happens that it got broke again? Because they fixed it within like a day when Nexus had it. Because the exact same glitch happened last time, but they fixed it like the same day it happened. Well, we were still getting 10 out of 10 like every single day. There's only one day where we didn't get 1 crown last time around. If I'm not mistaken, right? Like it wasn't 9-10 the entire time. It was just one single day that gave 9-10. Whereas this time it's been multiple days in a row where it's been 9-10. They keep copy-pasting the same code. But even if they did, when they copy-paste the correct code, because they fixed it. Yeah, it was fixed on the first day 2 hours before reset. I remember because I wasn't actually able to get it because they fixed it like literally. That's why I was saying the other day too, last Friday. Or, you know, this week's Friday. Because I was saying I'll check later at night to see if they fix it because they did it like on the last hour last time. And they didn't fix it this time. Stop thinking the dev team uses logic. Let's see. Feels weird using Bronze Like Pistol. Bronze-Lock Pistol used to be used for some ultra meta teams. I remember when this thing was actually like so good to use. Like relative to everything else that was in the game at the time. Like it's still not horrible, it's just, it's a little slow compared to current options. Also really only one copy. We need 15, that's a little unfortunate. More than none. Anyways, let's go claim these. Oh, so let's go ahead and add a code. Let's go ahead and add a redeem code. Let's go into our nice old redeem code section. Also, we will have 2 redeem codes on the morning stream, by the way, in 6 hours from now, or 6 hours, 20 minutes. When we go to that stream at reset time, we'll have 2 codes handed out. One a little bit early on, and then one some other time during the stream to celebrate the new game mode. Because it's basically the main feature in version 6.4. Like, it might not seem like it, but we had a version 6.4 patch a couple weeks ago. And the main feature in it is actually coming out, well, there's basically 2 main features. One was the new kingdom, though I'm pretty sure that didn't technically need the patch to function. And the other one was what's happening tomorrow, the Legends Reborn event. And a few other nitpick fixes, but most of them are pretty small. Anyways, guys, there's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com right underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there underneath the invite code section is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. It's copy paste random numbers and letters, start with WA. And it gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Only usable on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. There you guys go. Okay, let's go right into Palooza. Oh, we still have the chance. Let's see. That's not where another Palooza is. The logic is questionable, pretty much. Also, hello, Ray Gray. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hope everyone had a good weekend. You like pistol? Yeah, pistol is so good for gold farming. The problem is they nerfed the best gold farming option, which is very unfortunate. You can still run some pretty funny Bronze-Lock Pistol teams with it, though. Like, Bronze-Lock Pistol Wordbreaker is actually a really funny combo because they have no mana conflict with each other and both mana accumulate like crazy. So if you do that with like double Cedric or Cedric Leprechaun or something similar, normally Cedric Leprechaun, it actually still gives a pretty decent amount of gold to this day. There's a lot of weird gimmicky teams that you can still build out of Pistol, many of which haven't really changed over the years. Like a lot of them from like 3-4 years ago, you'd still use today if you really wanted to. It's just gold farming isn't as effective as it used to be. Like the absolute like peak high speed gold farming teams pretty much got nerfed when Skeleton Key got nerfed to the ground. Also, with the introductions of tokens a couple years ago, it's not really worthwhile to gold farm since then. Because they added that 3 years ago. Well, technically 2.5 years ago. This October, I think, will be 3 years. But ever since medals came into the game, those token system, it's better to spend your time just farming Explore 12 to get tokens. Because you're still getting a really solid amount of gold while also getting the max rate for tokens. Which is normally more efficient than just going all in on gold. It was actually probably the main thing that killed gold farming, even more so than the Skeleton Key nerf. Though they both happened pretty much at the same time, because if I'm not mistaken, that December after that, like a few months later, is when they actually nerfed Skeleton Key. Maybe because they thought too many people were getting too much value off of using Skeleton Key quick kill on Explore 12. Because you'd be farming max gold. Well, it wasn't max gold rate, but you know, you'd be getting... Oh no, it was max gold rate. But it wasn't max token rate, but it was still like really good token rate while getting insane gold. Because they said that's not why they nerfed it, but you know for sure that's why they nerfed it. Because gold farming teams were too good. I do wish we would get another gold farm troop that can actually be used on a team like that, though. Because it's an interesting, like, archetype of team that doesn't get used too often in the current state of the game. Like, it's not bad. But there's very few instances where you'd really want to or need to use it. Unless you just want to mess around with it. Or if you really, really wanted that, like, 10-20% extra gold per hour. Because it is still about 150,000 more gold per hour than using Zugoff on Explore 12. Using a gold farming team. The only problem is your token rate is like halved. Or almost halved. It's better to give up like the extra 100,000 gold per hour for the extra tokens. So hello, Jonian. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. The Horde Mimic should have a 500,000 boost based on its rarity. It actually would be cool if they gave it a special trait for that. Like, what's its final trait currently? Doesn't it have something completely useless? Because that actually would be kind of cool. If it had like a 300% gold bonus or something. Because that would actually make Horde Mimic useful. Though I don't think they want to make Horde Mimic useful. For the longest time, they didn't do that for Zugaf, and then they eventually did. Because their concern was it would be... Well, I'm not sure what their concern was. I would assume it would be pay to win. Because for the longest time, they made sure Zugaf wasn't good. And then they kind of just decided, like, oh, we'll make it the best troop in the game. Because it used to only be able to be casted once, which was a lot more balanced. And then they were like, oh, let's just remove that. And then Zugaf became the meta. But for the longest time, like the first 2-3 years, I think, however long it was, as Zugaf existed, he wasn't actually used that much when he first initially came out. But then they buffed him by getting rid of his cast limit. Which made him way, way stronger. Because that basically made it so we could solo entire teams. Whereas before you always had to have a second kill option. But now he can be your only kill option. Plus there's a lot more synergies for him now compared to then. Like Iron Gut Zugaf. There's Centurion, stuff like that. Even double Zugaf. Because before, if you had 2 Zugafs on your team, casting one would make it so you can't cast the other. But with double Zugaf, you can cast both of them as many times as you want. Because there's no cast limit now. They didn't implement a Fixes Vault event, so people could complain the gnomes had nerfed again. True. Honestly, I have not seen any rate of lower gnomes. Gnome rate seems exactly the same as always this weekend. Anything that's been bugged is the 9 out of 10 9 out of 10 on the crowns. Oh, Pistol with Wild King, interesting. I haven't actually tried that yet. One interesting mechanic Pistol actually has in a skull-oriented team is triple damage burning, oddly enough. Because it applies burn to first slot, which basically allows you to one-shot whatever you touch, assuming you're using a triple damage burn hero class. You don't have to use a triple damaging burn with it, but it's definitely fun to mess around with a triple damage burn with it. Actually, Dragon Guard was decently popular for it, due to it being very tanky while also having triple damage burning. Oh, you do it with Dragon Guard? Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't mention hero class there unless I missed it. Yeah, that makes sense. Because that's normally what that team is ran with. Almost all Bronze-like pistols run Dragon Guard, oddly enough. There's a few exceptions to that, but a good number of them actually do. It's surprisingly good synergy with the weapon. They fixed it last time, and this time, when the game said incoming vault events, we got the one-time offers again, and we know they, yeah, they probably didn't intend for that to happen. They know they fixed that from happening again, which broke their crown vault fix. That could be true. Because that'd be funny if that bug kept happening every single week. Not the 9 out of 10 crowns thing, but the us getting the entire vault refreshed every single week. Could you imagine how much loot that would be? If every single week we got all that? That would fix like every deed issue this game currently has. Because that's like 3 of every deed book, 3 Imperials, a power orb. Gosh, there's like so much loot. It's like a vault weekend every single week. Actually, that's even more loot in a vault weekend. Mostly because of how the value of deed books are is very weird. Because technically a deed book is worth anywhere from about 5,650 gems to 7,500 gems. Which is pretty insane. So like a triple deed book is worth like minimum like, or average like 20-ish thousand or so. Which is pretty insane. Yeah, deed book, they really need to figure out like something about deed books. They are way too hard to get in the current state of the game. Like if you want to actively try to farm for deed books, it is just such an absurd resource thing. It's not worth going for. But hopefully we'll get more, oh gosh, what's that one event called? Journey events. Because journey events actually give deed books as the final reward. I think it's like 2 or 3. They also give a bunch of Imperials and some colored scrolls. But the most useful thing is the deed books all the way at the end. Also, one thing that they didn't actually end up adding, well obviously there's no deed book on the daily, but they never added deed book to the adventure board. It is actually impossible to get deed book on an adventure board. Not even the mythic version of deeds ends up giving it. Because the mythic version gives you 10 color scrolls, which is basically 1/5 of a deed book. As well as 3 Imperials. Or 2 Imperials. Was it 2 or 3? What did I forget? I think it's 2. But it's only 1/5 of a or sorry. Yeah, 1/5. It's only 1/5 of a of an actual deed book. It's not that much. Because those things are pretty rare. Like we'll be lucky if we get one of those a month. I believe the chance is like 1 or 2%. There's 3 different roles. However, there's a lot of different mythic ones that it can be. It's not always going to be the deed book one. Or not the deed book one, but I mean the Imperial one, I mean. You know, the one that gives deeds. I don't know, they really need to figure out something for it, though. Like, I understand they don't want it to come in at, like, too quick of a rate. The whole deed system. But it still feels like they come in slightly too slow. Oh, nice. 4 glory troops. Too bad we're not at the final minute. I would actually wait. If we were on the final minute right there, and I saw 4 glory, I would just wait out the timer. That's some really good loot. Definitely not worth it with 4 minutes left in the Palooza, though. Yeah, deeds is probably the biggest bottleneck in endgame. There's pretty much nothing else that's really blocked as much of them. I guess technically the things to upgrade the Forge Scrolls, or you know, the Doom weapons. But those aren't really that required. You really only need 2 weapons upgraded as far as Dooms are concerned. The ones that do AoE damage and the Guild Book ones. The Guild Book ones you technically don't even need. They just help you for Guild War defend teams. And unless you're in like one of the biggest guilds in the game, most guilds probably wouldn't even require you to have them upgraded. And aside from that, the AoE Doomskull one's like the only one you really need upgraded then. Which deals additional damage, does the Doomskull convert, and just does damage to all enemies. Which are all really strong. But aside from those 2, like there are other ones that you can upgrade, but they're very inconsequential. There's also never been a kingdom ever in the history of the game that has required the Doom weapon to be upgraded. I think there was 1 or 2 instances where if you didn't have the $5 weapon, you need to get the Doom weapon upgraded. But there's never been a situation where, like, you 100% had to have the Doom weapon upgraded to get an upgrade. Is there a better place to farm cursed gnomes, or are they just a rare gnome? Oh no, there's just a rare gnome. There's not any one location that's best. The best way to find them is just win quicker. Generally, if you really want cursed gnomes, once you get a Palooza going, once you get to like the final 5 minutes, Once you find a cursed gnome, just like wait out the entire timer. Like if we really need a curse runes, the next cursed gnome we'd find, we would just wait out the entire timer until the end, so we get more loot for it. Like that's probably the best way to currently get them. You just farm for a bunch of paloozas, run each palooza individually. Then once you find a cursed gnome near the end, just hold the entire timer until it expires. And then you get to kill it for 10 to 15 instead of 1 or 2. Which, if your main goal is to get cursed runes, is quite a lot. They definitely add up. Hopefully we'll get one here to show it with again. We did on the previous one, though. I don't need them as much, but if we do see one, we'll probably take it. Problem is actually finding it in the last several minutes. You could theoretically just hold it the first one you find, however, you're wasting a lot of palooza time that you could be farming. So you normally only want to do it near the end. Yeah, there's no way to really increase your luck at them, you just have to keep grinding. The more battles you go through, the more likely you'll find one. Also, you can find them outside of Palooza. I think we found like 3 or 4 outside of Palooza, where they always drop their full 10 to 15. But yeah, this is a lot rarer. They're actually the rarest gnome in the game, as far as appearance rate. I think the only 2 that have a tweaked rate of actually appearing are, well, there's 3 of them. There's the Verse Gnomes, there's the Curse Gnomes, both of which have a much reduced rate. The Curse Gnomes have the absolute lowest. Verse Gnomes have the second lowest. Third lowest is Pet Gnomes, I believe, have a slightly reduced rate compared to a normal gnome. And then, like every other gnome, I believe, is tied rarity. I think we cycle through 2 more battles. With this Palooza. Come on, show something good. Otherwise, we'll stop it at this one. Nope. Oh, that's a bunch of souls. I don't know. We could take it. It's probably going to be better than whatever we're going to see here, but we'll take our chance. There's plenty enough time to get into the battle. We could probably even cycle it one more time. I'm not going to risk it, though. Ah, that's so bad. That glory gnome better give me 1,000 glory. That's some pretty bad loot otherwise. We really don't want to be seeing the mech gnome. He doesn't have anything we want. Nope. Lowest roll. Well, at least one of them dropped the Volkey, if nothing else, I guess. It's not too bad. Oh, there we go. Oh, tribute's ready. Give me that tribute. 29 gems, nice. Let's go update our number. Where is our number? Number? There they are. Okay, so that is 13 and 133. Wait, did I do that? Yeah, 13. Oh god, we got a lot of Volkeys. 13, 133. Let's see. Oh no, it's because of the rounding. Never mind, that's actually not as many as I thought. That's a normal amount. That was 26. I was reading that as like 30 something, but I forgot to carry the 1. Because I was gonna say, if that was 36, we just did absurd on Volkeys. But no, that was 26, not 36. Threw me off for a second. Anyways, there we go. Alright, let's go run more Palooza. Unfortunately, we're going to be dipping under 10 here, if I'm not mistaken. We were doing so good on verse 2s on Friday. I don't think I've seen a single verse 2 since. Which is concerning, given that's the one I need. Yeah, we can go through one more. We'll probably get another at least verse 2 between then anyways. I'm going to go set the timer. Hey, where are we on pity right now? We are at 25 pity. I believe that brings us to 28 after we do another Palooza. Well, let's go do it. This is probably the final Palooza we run for now. I might still do some little bit of side grinding there. Let's see. Palooza, and go. Make sure not to accidentally use the entire stack. Have any of you actually done that before? Like accidentally clicked your entire stack? Have you sent a support ticket and did they refund you? Like, that must be horrible. I know it's happened to people before. I'm not sure if they would refund for it though. If you send a support ticket. They should really have a warning menu for like any time using more than one. Who knows, maybe it does and I don't even realize it. Because I can't even recall the last time I've ever tried using more than one. You had 53 on your stack on Friday? Oh gosh. Yeah, that's how many we had previous Vault event, and then we did all the way down to like 10. We started with like 40 something and then left the week with 10. Because we went for 1,000 keys. And of course this time around we went for quite a bit less. You started 102 Nomapaloozas at once? Oh no. That is quite unfortunate. Oh, so it's amazing how many people still have of Paloozas as well. I know some people really got on the grind back when it was broken that one day. But some people actually have farmed all those manually. Because one thing that's actually kind of interesting, despite all the changes that they've made with Vault Event, the actual rate of finding verses has never been nerfed. The chance to find a verse on day 1 of Palooza has not been nerfed to, or day 1 of when it was added to Vault Events, has actually never been nerfed. The rate of finding them within the Palooza has been nerfed substantially, but the chance of just finding one randomly and, you know, explore, that rate has never been touched, to my understanding. Like, it's still the same day 1 as it is now. It's just they nerfed its rate by like 100 times in Paloozas itself, if not more. Just to make sure you can't like infinite Palooza. Because this entire weekend, I think we found like 0 or 1 verse gnome in all of our Paloozas we opened. Whereas on that one really broken day, you would find like 8 of them. Or not even 8, you'd find more than that. You'd find like 3 to 4 Paloozas in one single go. You wasted at least half of it? Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, they really need a warning menu or something on it. Yeah, 32 keys from a Palooza? Nice. I think the average is like 20-something. So getting 30 plus is really solid. Especially some of them were Epic Vault keys. Because hopefully we get at least 2 Epic Vault keys here to get a nice 15. Because that'd be nice if we end on 150 plus with 15 Epic Vault key. I'd be happy with that. Not a super big stack. However, our whole stack is like 4,000 Vault keys or something. I really need to go start opening them. If we did an entire stream of just opening Vault keys, it would last longer than a day. And as maybe we'll do like an 8-12 hour Vault opening stream at some point. Probably no time soon, but eventually. And misclick of the year, oh gosh. I did that at one of the Pokemon games the other day. Because I had like some kind of crafting system, but the problem with that one crafting system is it like auto saves every single time after you do it. And I accidentally put some things I didn't want to in there, and then it deleted them forever. And then it's like, oops. Because normally in a game like that, it's not a big deal, because it never saves. But in that game, it had like an auto save for a couple things. And that was very bad. Obviously in like live service games like this, that happens for like every resource you ever do. But that game isn't like a live service or anything. So you normally when you do something in game, it's like, oh, I could just do this, and then it'll undo after. But then it had the autosave thing, and it's like, whoops, that's not possible. Is there a meta team for Vault keys? Pretty much like Phoenicia, or you know, anything similar. Like any double cast team is generally gonna get it done. Like Phoenicia, Black Manacle, Scourge of Honor into, what's a true damage option for him? Isn't there like a split damage thing? I'm trying to think. But yeah, just Black Manacle, Phoenicia is normally what I run. Like I literally just run my Phoenicia team. It works pretty quickly. I'm not sure if that's like the most efficient way, but it seems pretty quick. Depends how lucky a Leprechaun is. Because you definitely need 2 casts. One Phoenicia isn't enough to kill it out. It might be at some point, but I believe its current amount of damage normally does not reach. Unless I had like 20% extra bonus on a given week. Actually, that'd be a really good week to run it, now that I think about it. When's the next Strix event? Because that's the next time she might have 20%. Because I didn't think about that. That would be a great week if she could actually one-shot Vault event on max difficulty. Because then we could just run her, cast her once, do it with a quick mana accumulation team, and then win it that way. And get like 1 billion Vault keys done that week. I need to double check that. I can't for another like 9 minutes. But as soon as we finish this timer, I want to see when the next Strix event is, if we can even see it. It's not guaranteed that she'll have 20% on that given week. But it's one of the only weeks where it statistically couldn't happen. Because the only other way we could have it happen is if we get like a Strix and whatever other bonuses. Isn't it Elemental? Unless we get like a Strix Elemental bonus on a given week. Which is very unlikely. An Elemental bonus, yes. But the only time you're really ever going to get a Strix bonus is during a Suncrest event. Where you'll likely get a 10% Suncrest and 10% Strix, which will give her 20%. I was wondering if there's something faster. If Scourge of Honor could ever one-shot it, Scourge of Honor would be quicker. I can't remember the HP values in that battle, though. I think the main thing that makes that not possible is Cedric. Because of how his HP is scaled with his armor. Makes his HP too high for Scourge of Honor to be able to one-shot it anytime soon. Because the problem with Scourge of Honor is he's worse when things have a higher HP armor boost ratio. Like when they have a higher HP relative to armor. Like he's better when things have a higher armor and smaller HP. But in areas that are inverse, he's weaker. Which is problematic. And I believe Cedric specifically has a higher HP bulk than armor. By enough of a margin that he's probably not ever one-shotting it. It's one of the reasons I normally stick with Phoenicia as well. You don't have to worry about like the whole ratio thing. You just have to care about their total durability. Rather than the amount of HP they have relative to armor. Because the more armor something has, the less HP they have. And vice versa. At least generally speaking anyways. A Reality Scorpius. The only problem with that is you're normally looking to win a little bit quicker than that in a Volkey battle. The one nice thing that does do is it gets rid of Cedric pretty quickly because he's in 3rd slot. Wait, doesn't he have Impervious though? Wouldn't you need another troop for Curse? But regardless, double cast would be slightly too slow. Mostly because you have to get the whole Scorpius back up. The reason why like Black Manacle Phoenicia isn't that slow is mostly because one Leprechaun's pretty much getting them both to full. But something like Scorpius, he goes all the way to 0 mana after you cast him. Like at that point, double Scourge of Honor would probably be quicker. Because he gets most of his mana back. And by double Scourge of Honor, I mean one Scourge of Honor casted twice. Final stretch. This is probably the last Palooza we're doing this stream as well. Might be the last bit of grind that we do as well. Gonna go grab a bite to eat and probably to sleep. Because we're going to be streaming in 5 hours from now. Or sorry, 6 hours from now. My bad, my bad. 3 AM reset. So 6 hours from now. As soon as reset hits, we'll be doing Legends Reborn. For Gems of War, obviously. And see what that event's all about. And then we'll cover the weekly video. And then sleep. Because by that point it'll be like 7 or 8 AM. By the time we finish everything. Let's see. Do you ever do account reviews? I'm not sure what you mean by account review. Oh, Epic Volkey, nice. A 10% loss is so minimal versus the speed loss of trying to do max 120. True. I have been considering that if I was to do a very, very high bulk. My main logic with it was if I just wait until the meta allows us to do 120 in one shot, then I'll get 10% more loot for every single key I hoard. And that's kind of been the logic of holding them as well. It's one of the other, like, subconscious reasons we've kind of been hoarding, like, a billion of them. Because I eventually want to be able to just one-shot on max difficulty. Where we click an ability and then we win. I'll catch you later, Isabel. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. FC in the morning. I'm pretty much doing the same thing after stream. Grabbing a bite to eat and then resting till we do the other stream. Still curious to see what On Earth Legends Reborn does tomorrow morning. Like, we kind of know approximately what it's gonna do. But you never know sometimes. Overall, it doesn't seem like it's going to take that long. Also, the overall rewards for it don't seem like it's super insanely good. Because to my understanding, one of the main rewards are the pets. And while pets aren't necessarily a bad reward, they're pets that are just going back into your drop table and everything. So you'll still be able to get them in the future. Unless there's other rewards I'm not really aware of. But as far as new rewards, I'm pretty sure the pets are the only thing we're getting. Like 3 new pets. All of which will be in the drop table after the event. But it is interesting if we start getting pet-related events. Because, of course, we have factions that bring in, like, you know, like, multiple troops at once. But I've never really had events before that bring in, like, multiple pets, other than some patches where they just randomly drop some. Like 2 patches ago in 6.3 when they did those 6. There's also a couple patches in the past where they dropped several. But never has a game mode actually dropped additional pets. Which it seems like what Journey Reborn will actually do. I mean, Journey Reborn. I'm just starting to combine words. Legends Reborn. They're just combined to 2 different, newer events. The Journey event with the, Legends Reborn. They are technically the 2 most recent ones, aren't they? I guess that makes sense. Let's see what our final loot is here. Not this one, the next one. Actually, I probably should have held that one. That was for double glory. Come on, show me something good. Alright, we got a glory. Unfortunately, another useless mech. Let's see, what do we got here? We got a Volkey. Gosh, do you drop anything but the lowest roll alt of today? That's so bad. At least we got a Volkey there. Okay, let's see. What does that bring us to? Let's get our final numbers. A little bit lower than normal. I'm still happy with our numbers. So 16 epic Volkeys, so we got 3 on that one, nice. And I think we're going to end exactly where I said I hoped we'd end. Especially if we count pity. Because if we do that, that's 147. So 3 short in that regard. However, if we count pity, we're actually higher than that. Because we're actually 147 plus 27. There we go. And we'll claim all those. So in total, that means we found 174 Volkeys and 16 Epic Volkeys, which is pretty much like our normal 200-ish. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think we will end it there then. Oh, wait, there's still a few things I didn't bother grabbing, like the 50 gems today. Let me grab those real quick. It's also Diamond Day. Oh, that's kind of funny. I can grab... That's really funny. Actually, everyone can do this. But you can grab the 50 gems from the daily and then use that 50 gems on the other daily to go get the gem offer. Oh, you can't see it here, but it is 50 gems exactly. That's really funny. Well, let's go do exactly that, and then we'll end it out. Let's just run with Phoenicia. Where did we get all those cursed runes from? Not needing them for anything? We just slowly been accumulating them over every vault event. You guys have to keep in mind, we went for like 1,000 something the previous vault event, so we got quite a lot of them. But no, that's just like over the last half year, us just randomly getting cursed gnomes and not having anything to use their resources on. Because since I've crafted all the unique things, I have actually not used cursed runes for a single thing. I think I did like once for a purple orb just to show it for something in a video or something. But other than that, I haven't used a single one of the cursed runes since we got every unique reward, which has made our stack of cursed runes relatively high. Actually, what even is it? We were just on the page. I wasn't actually paying attention to the number though. Let me double check. Where's our number actually at? We are at we're at 612. That's a pretty sizable amount. That's like enough to upgrade the whole Soul Forge and still have some left over if we had to do it again. And now with the 50 gems we just got, we can now go convert them into diamonds. Into 80 diamonds, 2 gem keys, a celestial, and a bunch of other stuff. Also, I mention it pretty much every single week. However, if you are a somewhat newer player, or even just in general, make sure to always do the 50 gem thing for dungeon every Sunday. It is insanely good value. I don't have any diamonds anymore, and I still go for it. It is actually such insane value. Like, just the diamonds alone is worth the exchange rate. But you also get, like, half the value back into gem keys. It's one of the only few guaranteed celestials in the entire game you can get every single week. And it's just overall insanely good value. It's one of those things that is such good value that if the only thing you had left was 50 gems, this is worth it. It's just such absurdly good value. And we have more diamonds than we ever know what to do with, and I still do it just in case diamonds ever have a purpose in the future. Because the rate of diamonds for that is insane. At least relative to other options in the game. It's only available every Sunday. There's a 50 option there every single day, but the one on Sunday is really, really good. You could technically do it every single day, but the one on Sunday is the really good one. It's a little bit worse on the other days because you only get 24 diamonds technically. 20 diamonds plus the little shard thingies. Anyways, guys. Any other questions? Otherwise, I believe we will end it here for now. Though, if you still want to farm the vault event, you do still have another 5 hours and 41 minutes. Also, in 5 hours, 41 minutes, we will be doing another stream. We will be doing Legends Reborn. That starts exactly at reset, and we'll be going over it live. First impressions, seeing what is up with it, kind of going over it, all that good stuff. And then we'll have the video hopefully pretty soon after, as long as I don't crash. Hopefully I don't crash. That's why I'm taking a nap now, so hopefully I won't. And that's pretty much the game plan. But I will be streaming in that amount of time. That's also how long you have to farm the vault event. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Best of luck if you're going to be grinding out. And I will see you guys in Legends Reborn once it hits in about 6 hours from now. Catch you guys then if you're going to be up. Otherwise, you can catch the video after the fact if you're going to be sleeping. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.